that everyone has right now, and he'll be a great running back again.
3 receivers on second down. It's Chubb. Cuts to the outside and picks up a Browns first down. Forced out of bounds by Alante Taylor.
Watch how this offense becomes so much better, much more dynamic.
We're down to 9. Winston under pressure. And it looks like Elijah Moore is stopped just short.
Let the defense know how the game's going to go.
4th and 1. And the Saints defense comes up big as Chubb is stopped on 4th down.
If that run game steps up for the Saints, Derek Carr is going to have a great game.
On 2nd and 10, it's Kamara, first down and more. Alvin Kamara takes it to the Browns' 36-yard line, a gain of 13.
He plays man coverage, off-man coverage for this Browns defense.
Taysom Hill looking to throw. And the pass is caught by a wide-open Kevin Austin for a Saints first down.
Now Taysom Hill is at quarterback.
2nd down and 7. He pulls it in. Inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Taysom Hill.
Comes into the game.
Hill was in at fullback. Pass over the top. Kamara, first down and more.
He is such an intelligent player. He can handle the workload, and it's incredibly impressive.
Yeah, we've seen him do a little bit of everything so far today. Thanks, Jen. And there he is once again on cue. He's completed a pass. He ran one in for a touchdown. Hands this off to Kamara. Kamara to midfield. Steps out of bounds. There's Carr looking to pick up the first down with his legs, doing his best Taysom Hill impersonation.
I thought he was going to slide. He just kept going. He's trying to show his toughness.
From the 42 on first down, fake to Mims. It's Taysom Hill, makes the catch, his 4th of this first quarter.
It's really messing with the tendencies of the Browns.
Now he's in the slot to the left on 3rd down and 3. Hill makes the catch, but he's stopped short by the New Orleans native, Grant Delpit.
Disciplined team, we have to be fundamentally sound, and you've seen them play that way so far.
4th down and 1. There is a flag as Carr airs it out, and it is caught at the 4-yard line of the Browns, but is
holding.
Down.
Offense number 83. 10-yard penalty, still 4th down.
A 2-time NFL Coach of the Year. Winston steps up on first down. Now he throws wide open. It's Jeudy across midfield and still going. Jerry Jeudy inside the Saints 20. The 10 takes it all the way 89 yards for a Cleveland touchdown. Fake to Chubb. Winston's pass incomplete. Based on what we see throughout this first quarter, Taysom Hill is back deep.
We're going to eventually see him on defense soon.
Here he comes. Across the 20, 25, found a hole, out across the 40.
Taysom Hill back at quarterback for the Saints.
Hill looking to throw, going deep for Valdez-Scantling. It is picked off by Denzel Ward.
Yeah, they're taking it to another level with Taysom.
Start from the 18-yard line. Winston sets up the screen. It's Njoku, the tight end. First down. He was a huge Jonathan Vilma fan back in the day.
You would know that, Kenny. I believe you, too.
3rd down and 9. Winston over the top. But that will not be enough for a first down. Elijah Moore taken down by Jordan Howden.
And does that impact us positively in the situation we're in the game?
3rd down and 1. Carr complete. Valdez-Scantling across midfield. Inside the 30. The 20. Down the sideline to the end zone. Touchdown. 71 yards. 2nd and 10. Winston under pressure. And the pass is caught by Elijah Moore for a Browns first down. Winston fires at a diving catch. Third down and 10. Pass is caught. It's Jeudy who has the Browns touchdown, and Jeudy. Throw down and 4. The play of the drive. Winston looking. Can't find anyone. Spinning. Taken down. Back at the 33-yard line. Spent some time on the Saints practice squad about a decade ago. It is wide to the left. Go down in 3 with no Garrett on the field. Carr lays one out. And you were just talking about Juwan Johnson. Many of the Saints folks we spoke to this week raved about him.
You absolutely have to account for him on every play.
Third down and 5. Catches made for a first down by Pettis. Third down and 3. Taysom Hill made the catch and then lost it. He had first down yardage and was knocked loose. And the Browns recover.
He was a soon-to-be Hall of Famer as well. One of the best guards who played the game.
Third down and 5. Pass is caught by Jeudy for a Browns first down.
Browns offensive line basically earned that left tackle spot.
Fetty now in. The Joker wide open. Out to the 49, a Cleveland first down.
And you see they're really trying to hold on to that one timeout. They're getting closer and closer to field goal range.
Second and 5. It's Ford on the screen. They are now in field goal range.
He's done a really good job so far in this 2-minute drive.
Third down and 6. Winston to the end zone. Incomplete. Over the head of Hopkins' kick is no good.
There's a flag on the play,
there is a flag.
Holding. Defense number 98. That's a 5-yard penalty and automatic first down.
Second and goal. Winston to the end zone, broken up, nearly intercepted by Demario Davis. And now Hopkins will head back out.
That was a great defensive play by him.
27-yard attempt this time. Hopkins, no good.
Top 2 wide receivers, still getting production on the offensive side. Defense playing well. It's encouraging football on both sides.
Told me, heck no. He's one of the best players in this league, and we're going to continue to go to him this half.
And here he is on cue. Thanks, Jen. Taysom Hill.
Inflicted wounds is his challenge for this half.
All right, thanks, Jen. Third down and 10. Carr's pass sails away from Hill, the intended receiver. Tom Benson, Morton Anderson, Ricky Jackson, Archie Manning, Sam Mills, Willie Roaf, and Will Smith. What a list. Tillman picks up a Browns first down.
Now both of them are starting, and he's had a lot of production since.
Winston on first down over the top. It's complete to Jeudy.
Always positive, address the team.
Second down and 6. Nick Chubb,
Nice.
first down.
What's up?
Second down and 5. Here's Chubb, first down. And Winston had a lot of love for you. We chatted with him the other day.
I just tried to give them from a linebacker, a leader, been there, done that experience of what it takes to be a champion. I appreciate James for really soaking it in.
This pass is complete. It's Jeudy who's had a monster game. Looking to tie it. And they do. Njoku makes the catch. Browns have tied the game at 14. Carr fires. It is caught by the tight end Moreau. First down for the Saints in Browns territory. Gain of 19. A big Saints fan. His family was displaced by Hurricane Katrina when he was 7 years old. Moved to Houston. Here's Kamara.
There he is again.
Delpit once again.
These guys playing man for 5 seconds, they get over the top of the defense.
Second and 10. Jerome Ford breaks free. And then Taylor brings him down. Good second effort by Ford.
We actually drafted him because he was such a good run stopper, and then he developed a pass rush.
Third down and 7. Winston looking for more. Too far.
And that's a huge loss, man. Saints offensive line needs him.
From the 22, Carr has the ball stripped. And then he falls on it. They fed our entire crew last night here at the Dome. Taysom Hill makes the catch. And he picks up a Saints first down, a big play.
And I needed a good 30 minutes to sit there in my chair and just reminisce.
Second down and 8. Carr complete. First down in Browns territory to Moreau.
By a very slim margin. That clearly is going to go down to the wire in the NFC West.
Pass complete on third down, and then battling his way forward is Moreau. Our yellow line, of course, unofficial.
Then you also have Taysom Hill in the backfield, so you know you can get in the yard with him.
And Hill will pick up the first down.
More.
And a Saints touchdown.
And now sets up a big showdown with Ohio State.
Brown start from the 16 off the play fake. Catch is made, taken up the sideline by Jamari Thrash.
Same look and come back with man behind it. It's been very effective.
Third down and 4. They pick up the first.
Not that time.
A lot of running room for Njoku. His 7th reception.
And now today cleaned it up, but they got that first one just now.
Second down and 12. Winston steps up and is taken down at the 49-yard line. Brzee had a sack earlier. Big series for the Saints defense. Couple of sacks. At the 11-yard line, after some hesitation, it's Pettis. Dante Pettis across midfield. Did he stay in bounds?
Wow, he stayed in bounds.
End zone. Touchdown.
He did stay in bounds. Let's see if he stayed in bounds. Oh, I don't know. No, he stepped out of bounds.
Second and 5, Kamara stays on his feet inside the 20. And finally dragged down by Ronnie Hickman. Kamara on second down. Picks up the first. Inside the Cleveland 2.
Now we need him to be physical and make a tackle here.
Jumbo package remains in. Carr to the end zone. Jawan Johnson hauls it in for a Saints touchdown. Coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, all together with the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, what a staff.
Second down and 4.
Nice
It's
throw.
Tillman. Picks up a Browns first down in his return to New Orleans. Third down and 10. Winston on the slant, caught by Moore. So they get Winston to the end zone, looking for Tillman, incomplete, no flags. We are at our best when Taysom is involved in everything. And that is what we have seen
Here
today.
we go again.
He picks up another first down, still going. Taysom Hill with his 3rd touchdown today. Takes this one 75 yards. Tonight, Davis here in the booth, like Steve Pack, Colleen Dempsey in the truck. As Darren Rizzi becomes the first Saints head coach since Sean Payton, and only the 2nd in franchise history to win his first 2 games as the head coach with New Orleans.